Nigel Jay has been missing since April 7, 2013. The 34-year-old man lived in Hayward, California at the time of his disappearance. Nigel also spent a lot of time in the Alameda/Oakland area. He worked as a chef at a restaurant in Alameda and also as a cook at a homeless shelter in downtown Oakland. Nigel did not own a vehicle, but on the weekend of his disappearance, he rented a car so he could drive his father to and from his medical appointments. On the evening of he vanished, Nigel was supposed to deliver medicine to his father before returning the rental car to the Hertz rental lot at Oakland Airport. He never did either, nor did he return home. Nigel has never been seen or heard from again. Nigel's girlfriend and family members spent the following days trying to locate him before they finally reported him missing on April 10, 2013. Throughout the investigation, it was determined that Nigel was last seen around 9 p.m. on April 7. He went to the 1900 block of Broadway Street in Oakland to bring keys to his friend. Nigel seemingly vanished after that. His cell phone and bank accounts have not been accessed since that evening. A few days later, the rental car Nigel was driving was found abandoned near 98th Avenue in Oakland. The car was unlocked and appeared to be in good shape. There was no sign of a struggle in or around the car, and no sign of Nigel either. Investigators described Nigel's disappearance as suspicious. No persons of interest or suspects have been publicly named. Nigel's loved ones are continuing to fight for justice. If you have any information that could lead to Nigel's whereabouts, please call 510-293 7195. Pearl Pinson, 15, was last seen by her family members on May 25, 2016. That morning, Pearl left her family's Vallejo, California home shortly before 7 a.m. to walk to Jesse Bethel High School. Minutes into her walk, Pearl was violently abducted by Fernando I. Castro, 19. Witnesses, including someone who recognized Castro from high school, reported seeing Castro, armed with a gun, dragging Pearl along a pedestrian walkway that crosses over Interstate 780. She was bleeding from her face and screaming for help. In the broad daylight in front of numerous witnesses, Castro forced Pearl into his car. Witnesses reported hearing a single gunshot before he drove off. The following day, Castro was spotted driving in San Luis Obispo County. He led police on a high-speed pursuit that ended in Solvang with an exchange of gunfire, leaving him dead. Pearl was not in the car with him, but investigators found a small amount of her blood in the trunk. Additionally, a note was found with directions to Jenna, an area along the Sonoma County coast. A search for Pearl was conducted in that area, but nothing was found. Since Castro was killed during the high-speed chase, police were unable to question him about Pearl's whereabouts. She still remains missing today. Forensic searches of both Castro and Pearl's cell phones reveal that the two had never communicated via text, call, or Facebook. Castro lived just a few blocks away from the Pinsons' home, and it is possible that Pearl and Castro had seen each other in passing before the abduction. However, it is not believed that the two personally knew each other. Almost a year after Pearl's abduction, authorities announced that they believed Pearl could still be alive. The blood that was found in Castro's trunk was apparently only a small amount, not enough to suggest that Pearl was killed while she was in Castro's car. Certain officials have stated that they think Pearl may have been trafficked. That theory, amongst others, is still being investigated. Police are also appealing to the public for leads. If you have any information about Pearl's disappearance/whereabouts, please call 707-784-1963 to submit an anonymous tip. Samuel Pharis has been missing since June 13, 2013. The 21-year-old was last seen at the home he shared with his fiancée in Olivehurst, California. Samuel left the home around 6:45 p.m., but it appeared that he intended to come back within a few minutes. He left the lights on, the dogs in the kennel, and a fresh cup of tea on the table. Unfortunately, he never returned and has not been seen or heard from again. In the months leading up to his disappearance, Samuel was struggling with substance abuse. However, he had recently told his fiancée that he wanted to get help for his addiction, and he had a doctor's appointment scheduled the day he was reported missing. Samuel's addiction had already impacted the people in his life. More specifically, it impacted his relationship with his father, Rex Pharis. Just 2 days before Samuel disappeared, Rex caught Samuel stealing painkillers from his house, and he was furious about it. Samuel's fiancée said that this incident is what made Samuel want to get help for his addiction. 3 days after Samuel was last seen, his car was found stuck in the sand at Feather River. His wallet, gun, and phone were locked inside. Samuel's keys were missing, but there was otherwise no sign of a struggle at the scene. Investigators extensively searched the area, but no clues were found. Investigators noted that Samuel's father Rex behaved oddly after his son's disappearance. Samuel's fiancée told investigators that she reached out to Rex to see how he was holding up after Samuel was reported missing, and was surprised to find that he was very calm and relaxed. In fact, the day that Samuel's fiancée reached out to him, Rex had spent the afternoon golfing. Investigators also stated that Rex withheld information to law enforcement. He was given a polygraph test, and the results were inconclusive. Investigators consider Rex to be a person of interest in Samuel's disappearance, but he has not been charged with anything at this time. Rex later put up a $10,000 reward for information leading to Samuel's recovery. He also hired 2 private investigators to look for his son. Rex gave the investigators a typed note that he claimed was from Samuel. It read, "You think I'm gone? Oh, how wrong. You'll see me soon, right around noon. SP." Authorities do not believe that Samuel actually typed up the note. They also do not believe that his car was dumped at Feather River by him. Samuel's case is still open and is being investigated. If you have any information that could lead to his whereabouts, please contact the Yuba County Sheriff's Department at 530 749 7777. On September 29, 2020, Jay and Sydney spoke on the phone, with Jay expecting to hear from his daughter the next day. However, that call would never come. Not much is known about the day Sydney disappeared. All that investigators have shared with the public is that she was last seen at approximately 6:45 a.m. on the morning of September 30, 2020 near Crissy Field, which is part of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area in San Francisco. It's known as a place where people go for outdoor activities, such as biking, running and yoga. On the morning in question, it's said to have been exceptionally foggy out. On October 2, 2020, 2 days after Sydney was last seen, a family member reported her missing to the San Francisco Police Department, who prepared a missing persons report. Since Sydney was reported missing, the San Francisco Police Department has been actively searched for her across the city and the Bay Area. Her information has been entered into the National Crime Information Center database, and the case is being handled by the Missing Persons section of the Special Victims Unit. They have remained tight-lipped about the investigation and any potential leads they are following up on, other than to say there is no evidence of foul play. They have publicly stated that they consider Sydney to be an at-risk missing person, given her history of depression. In order to get the word out about Sydney's disappearance, her family set up a Facebook page and an Instagram account, which they regularly update. As well, those who knew the missing girl have been spreading the word via their own social media accounts, in the hopes someone with information will come forward as to her whereabouts. According to those who live in the San Francisco area, there are flyers posted across the city featuring Sydney's image and description. The family has also hired a private investigator who is working alongside the San Francisco Police Department. The family is asking anyone who frequents the Golden Gate Bridge area, either on their commute to work or for physical activity, to come forward with any information they may have. They are particularly interested in learning if anyone saw anything suspicious on the morning Sydney went missing. The Orange County Sheriff's Office, which serves the Chapel Hill area in North Carolina, has also reached out to local residents, asking them to inform the authorities if they've had any contact with her. The West family has held numerous vigils for Sydney, which have occurred in both North Carolina and California. At these vigils, flyers are handed out, along with masks with the hashtag #FindSydWest on them. Sydney Sid West went missing from the Crissy Field area of San Francisco, California on September 30, 2020. She was 19 years old and was last seen wearing either black tights or black shorts, a teal hoodie, and dark green and black slip-on Vans shoes. She is said to have had a black backpack with her for a period of time, and she may or may not have been wearing prescription glasses. At the time of her disappearance, she was tall and of a slim build, standing at 5'10" and weighing approximately 130 to 135 pounds. She has light brown hair that was either styled in a bun or a ponytail, and blue eyes. Currently, the case is classified as an at-risk missing person, given Sydney's history of depression. If alive, she would still be 19 years old. Those with information regarding the case are asked to contact the San Francisco Police Department's tip line at 415 to 575 to 4444, or the family's private investigator at 925-705 to 8328. North Carolina residents are asked to contact the Orange County Sheriff's Office at 919-245-2909. Wesley Billingsley has been missing since June 12, 2018. Wesley is originally from Sacramento, but at the time of his disappearance, the 24-year-old was living in San Diego. He was looking for work in that area and did not yet have a steady residence. In fact, Wesley was staying off and on with 3 different friends in the Pacific Beach area before he vanished. One of the friends lived on Haynes Street, another on Grand Avenue, and the other on Diamond Street. All 3 friends lived in the same neighborhood, and the homes are all within walking distance of each other. On June 13, 2018, Wesley planned to meet with friends to help them move to a new location. He never showed up and was never seen or heard from again. Wesley's mother was eventually notified that nobody had seen or heard from him, and he was subsequently reported missing. In August 2018, Wesley's car was found abandoned in the South Bay area of San Diego. Some of his personal belongings were found inside the vehicle, but there was no sign of Wesley on the scene. After this discovery, Wesley's mother decided to travel to Mexico to search for her son. It is unclear if there is evidence that Wesley actually traveled to Mexico, but his mother met with Mexican authorities and filed a missing persons report there as well. Wesley remains missing today. There is a $3,000 reward in place for anyone with information about his whereabouts. If you have information that could help the investigation, please contact the SDPD Missing Persons Unit at 619-531-2277.